Hey, John.
Hello?
Nothing. Nice to see you again. I missed you. How was your trip? Doesn't matter. Let's get right to it.
Doesn't matter
Okay,
at
we're
all.
talking about John Mayer, and why is he the torchbearer for blues? And is there someone around the corner?
Nope.
That's it. Sad news is no.
It's the end.
No, but we want to talk about why and sort of how this sort of works through the generations. And it's kind of it's a fun little thing. We started exploring it, and like people we love that really can't do that, but the ones that did and how it happened and how maybe Sir Mayer did it. We think it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. All right.
So click like, subscribe,
Hit the bell.
the mighty bell. And one more quick thing. Sorry, I'm off topic already. Thanks for the McClunky soundtrack. If you like Star Wars and you like Irish folk traditional music, check it out on Spotify. It's called McClunky.
Lots of crossover there.
Do you know why it's called McClunky?
I do.
Okay. You know that?
Yeah.
Did we talk about this?
No. That's what he says before Harold shoots him.
Yeah, Greek. That's what Greedo says. That's awesome. There you go, nerd. He looks cool, but he's not. He's wearing a Walmart shirt too.
That's true.
Which makes him cool.
I think it's Target.
I'm wearing a t-shirt I've had
very
for
high end.
20 years at this point.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
fair. That's fair.
It's really, really a problem. Okay, let's get into it. So John Mayer,
John Mayer.
he's pretty famous.
Yeah.
He was not a blues guitar player at first.
No, his body was a wonderland at first.
He was a wonderland.
So totally different.
Well, yeah, because like this is the thing, and everybody's like, well, he just came out like Stevie Ray Vaughan was this one, and like we'll get into that in a minute. John Mayer was a pop star,
Oh, yeah.
a full-fledged pop star, right? You know,
All these young kids don't remember, but he was.
they don't. All these guys like from Braxton to all my boys that come out. I love John Mayer so much. I love his body too. And his
I
fingers.
remember that I Want to Run Through the Halls of My High School song,
Yep.
and it was on Room for Squares.
And all the girls loved it.
But there was an acoustic version that was playing on the radio in Charleston even before that, like a bootleg or whatever. Yeah, and I just thought, oh, he's the new like John Mayer, Jack Johnson kind of guy.
I thought it was popular in Jack Johnson.
Yeah. It was, but it just, it was that first version I heard. It's like kind of the cool. He's got the E6 chord thing going. And I was like, okay, he's an acoustic,
It's
interesting
like
chord
pop
kind of guy.
Burt Bacharach
Yeah.
of our time. No, it was, right? That's what I thought too, and for a long time. But let's jump further back. Let's go back to like one of the original gods of this crossover blues, like Eric Clapton.
Yeah,
Now Eric Clapton, we all know him as the blues guy, right?
sure.
And that was sort of his roots a lot. But we got to go back to the Yardbirds
Yep,
and Cream, who had smash hits.
it's true.
There's a theme coming.
Clapton's a weird one, right? Because he actually quit the Yardbirds because he didn't want to have a hit. He wanted to play the blues
Because of that terribly poppy song "For Your Love," with the the auto harp, bring, bring. I love that too. It's like June Carter Cash joined
He's
the
like,
band.
no.
No, I
But
don't want that.
so yeah, he was the first one, but he did have giant smash hits.
Did that crappy guitar player Jeff Beck had to replace
Horrible
him?
stuff. I know.
Or was it Jimmy Page? I can't remember.
It was later.
Yeah, it's like all these it's a terrible
Later
lineup
on.
of guitar players for the Yardbirds.
Further on down the road.
But no, then Cream smash hits.
Yes.
John Mayer and the Blues Breakers, his first foray is like hardcore blues. Like even though Cream's got that blues-based riff rock.
Sure.
Derek and the Dominoes, I'm not going to call that a blues band.
Not blues.
Like, thoroughly like pop rock type stuff, not like the Monkees, but
Don't
of that.
forget, I
generation.
Shot the Sheriff. Smash hit.
That is a smash hit. Bell Bomb Blues,
Yeah.
one of the greatest Clapton isms ever.
Yeah, it's true.
It's that you don't know what bell bombs are,
Doesn't matter.
shouldn't be watching this channel.
That's true.
No, so but that's a common sort of lineage. So who was in between Clapton to Mayer?
Well, you got to think about SRV. Old Stevie Ray.
And this is the thing. I was explaining this to some young kids that were in the shop yesterday, actually, because these are like teenagers. They're like,
Right.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, like he had these huge hits and stuff. I'm like, no, he wasn't that famous.
Not while he was,
While he was
doing it alive.
While he was breathing oxygen, he
Right.
wasn't. He was really well respected and really well known, but his death almost catapulted him.
I think that's true. And he had a weird connection to pop stuff because he almost became David Bowie's guitar player.
He was for a moment.
Well, he did the studio stuff, but then he kind of turned the tour down, right?
He went on
Or
tour
did
for a
he go on
bit,
tour with
and
him?
then he
Okay.
quit.
Yeah.
But that was that. I don't know if that would have made him a pop. I think that just would have made him a session player more.
Yeah.
And he just I don't think he liked the shenanigans of the Bowie universe probably. Which little boy from Austin, David Bowie's like
I mean, I like to think he just wanted to do his thing, his blues thing.
And I'm an SRV junkie. Like that was one of my number ones. Like SRV, Eric Johnson. I love those weird Austonians. But he wasn't the pop star that became his death solidified him. And when you could go back to his back catalog, and God, Derek was mentioning earlier, what if Joe Bonamassa would have died a few years ago?
I think he could have had a similar SRV effect if like, you know, he had done maybe the big thing at the Royal Albert Hall with Clapton, and then he dies, right?
Like,
and,
like a bus, like the red buses, like one of them tips over and catches on fire.
Well, here's the thing. If you're watching this video, you're probably a guitar nerd like us. You're probably super into random, sort of like not mainstream music. Like, you know, and maybe you're thinking, oh, well, Joe Bonamassa is the torchbearer, or Eric Gales, or Josh Smith. But that's just not true.
Right.
On a huge, we might think that. Like, we might think, oh, the blues is safe, Eric Gales is out there. But most people on the street have no idea who Eric Gales is. Or Josh Smith.
Or even Tedeschi Trucks.
Even,
honestly,
that's true.
They are huge. Or Marcus King, did you say that already?
Nope, but that's true.
But these are ones like we all know and love and worship and Marcus has been to the shop a few times. That guy's pretty spectacular.
But to be the torchbearer, you got to be like household name.
They're almost for the established audience that loves the jam circuit, the blues circuit, you know, cosmic country, whatever that the weird bluegrass thing is called now. It's
Galaxy Grass.
Galaxy Grass. I was trying to remember that for like a week. I couldn't remember it. I don't like to look things up on the internet because I'm old. I just want to remember it from my brain, but it doesn't work sometimes. Galaxy Grass, Cosmic Country. I love these new things. It's like NoHo or Weeby Soka when neighborhoods make up names. I was like, so dumb. Like Weeby Soka. That's from Baby Mama, Tina Fey's brilliant opus. If you haven't seen that and you're having a baby, watch it immediately. It's one of the best childbearing movies ever. That knocked up, of course. Anything with Seth Rogen is brilliant.
That's true.
Like The Interview, one of my favorites. I don't know why. And like, what do you call it? The movie with This Is the End. With the arm. I mean, the fact that they get Channing Tatum to be a gimp and a sex slave for Danny McBride is one of the greatest moments. And they called him, they sent him an email at 3 a.m, like, hey, we're shooting, you mind doing this? And Channing's like, yeah, sounds funny. So he showed up for the first day of the set. Danny McBride had never met Channing, so Channing Tatum shows up in a full leather gimp suit, comes into Danny McBride's trailer, straddles him, holds him in, and starts humping him. That's how he met.
That's Danny McBride.
Should be. And I love Danny McBride too.
I feel like that's how it should be. Yeah.
That's how we met.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to it. So so that the path to becoming the torchbearer is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
You almost have to be an outrageously famous, because like the John Mayer Trio was packed with young women. When you go see the concerts, it's not like a typical blues show.
But it would not have been had that been the first thing he had done. He was really brilliant in that hey, I'm going to make these pop-ish kind of things. And then I'm going to launch the fact that I'm a blues guitar player to the world and take Buddy Guy on tour. And
Ed Sheeran's waiting. He's around the corner. He's next.
Wouldn't that'd be hilarious.
That'd be rad.
Be amazing.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be really cool.
No.
You know, but is there somebody around the corner?
I mean, maybe there is. We don't know. I can't think of anyone who is like, you know, having pop fame right now who I think, oh, they're probably an amazing blues guitar or an okay blues guitar player.
Not Maroon 5?
Well, I think their day is, you know.
That'd just be, I just see when he does a little ick thing, like when the girl touches him, I just think, oh, that just drives me nuts for some reason.
Yeah, I think he's played guitar less as time has gone by.
No, that's where we need your help. Like, let us know in the comments, like who, because God, this is sad. Don't get offended, but let us know who the next guitar guy is. But some of these young guys we were talking about in the shop here saying like, well, John Mayer's so old. That's what they were saying. I was like, oh, that's depressing.
I think of him as young, but he is.
I know, we all do. Like,
he's ancient and pop
for young kids. I mean, they're looking at these guys that are coming out that are 20. Like, you gotta look at the rock to pop stars now. Is it? Can Tyler Bryant have a smash hit?
Maybe.
Can Zach Person have a smash hit out there?
It's possible.
And maybe, you know, because
I mean, Marcus King's got a shot because he's doing stuff with all these. He's crossing over, like he just did that big thing with the Zach Brown band. So you know, he made that record with the Black Keys guy. So maybe he's got a shot at having a smash hit and being more.
Maybe he might. I see him sort of settling into that, you know, Tedeschi Trucks world too, which is pretty amazing to have that. I mean, one of the best bands I've ever seen live too. If you haven't seen Tedeschi Trucks, I mean, watching him play blues is just frustrating.
And maybe it's going to be different going forward because there's a lot more opportunity. Like even when John Mayer came out, there was not as much opportunity to go find underground kind of bands. You know, now there is, radio's not a thing as much anymore. Music videos on like MTV or VH1 doesn't exist.
I know. I still want to find
maybe it's
that.
different.
I want that like that huge star though that can bring it to the masses again.
So we're saying we need to find someone on TikTok.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I was just watching like the guitar player from Polyphia.
Okay.
Was just talking about how like, and that's sort of their world. They live in all that. How TikTok's great for inspiring a younger generation of players, but not necessarily the blues players.
No.
It's like because
The boomer benders, as he would say, as Tim Henson maybe would say.
that guy's phenomenal. That's just funny when people say it.
I think it's hilarious. I thought it was so funny.
Again, we need your help though.
Yeah.
Please in the comments, let us know. Share it. Start conversations, dialogues on this one because it's we're actively hoping to see the next one be born from the ashes. Nobody's died, but be born and birthed. That's what I need to see.
Like a phoenix.
A phoenix from
Rising.
the ashes, I know, but not that bad X-Men. The weird middle one that just sucked tar.
Where Wolverine's like coming apart, but he's
We
stealing.
don't talk about that one.
I mean, it could happen.
God, that movie sucked.
No, it didn't.
I have not watched the last Wolverine since like I saw it in the theater because it's just too sad.
I never watched it. I was a
It
little
was really,
sad about
it's really good. I just
Logan.
don't want to see. I want to see Wolverine come back to
Man, Logan.
Deadpool.
He's gonna come back.
I know, and kill people and be funny.
should.
Deadpool's brilliant.
I feel like he never got a good shake. They should have had better. Like as good as Hugh Jackman was in Wolverine, they could have made some
X-Men
better
2 was amazing. That like as far as like that's when he first like just
Right.
murders people
Yeah, and
when,
you're like,
when
okay,
they invade the
all right.
mansion.
Yeah.
It's like thunk.
Yeah.
Great. So anyway, we're gonna nerd out and we'll watch some X-Men. I'm gonna start watching Avatar, the first one again with my kids soon, probably tonight after we have dinner with Brad. Because it takes 2 nights to watch it because we're going next Tuesday night. We're going to Tightwad Tuesday for Way of the Water.
Okay.
Prepare for some
right.
shenanigans from our channel too coming in 2023. Just prepare yourselves. Not just movies. We have some crazy stuff coming around the corner, so stay tuned.
You just never know.
No, this is some big fun stuff. Involves lots of things. That's all I'll say.
Things and stuff.
I'm out of here. Thanks for joining us.